Hello friends, welcome to our channel English Literature Zone. Hope you all are doing well. Today we will discuss some of the literary devices which were used in Anglo-Saxon period or Old English period. The devices which were used in Old English period were metaphors, similes, alliterations, kennings and caesura. These were the literary devices which were used frequently in most of the works of Anglo-Saxon period. Okay, metaphor, you all have gone through metaphor in your standard 8th, 9th or 10th. You all are very much aware of this device. Okay, metaphor is a figure of speech or literary device. It is a literary device which explains hidden similarities between two things or two ideas, and this is for giving more information and more clarity. Metaphor is used for comparison between two things. But comparison is not directly. One thing is not compared to another thing directly. It gives more information about that thing. It is the one thing that describes the other thing, but it does not say that. But it does not say that it is actually the same or it is true. It just gives more information, and it is in the sense of symbolizing that idea or those things or actions. You can say like some of the examples you can see in Beowulf itself. In one of the line, the poet says that shepherd of evil, guardian of crime. So here, guardian of crime is not somebody who will be the guardian of crime, who will only control and will have the power or will have the authority of that crime. It's not same. Literally, it is not true that one can be the guardian of crime. But since the crime was so high and it was so brutal that somebody is referred to like guardian of crime. In the same way, in Beowulf, the poet says that shepherd of evil, guardian of crime. So here guardian of crime is referred to Grendel. Grendel was a monster in Beowulf. When you will go through the story, you will come to know Grendel was a monster, and he was killing the people. He was killing the warriors who were sleeping in the hall in the kingdom of Hrothgar. So he was regarded as a guardian of crimes, but he was literally not a guardian. He was not having the authority of crimes. So metaphor here used is guardian of crime, that refers to Grendel. In one more example in Beowulf is famous son started at death. Here famous son is also a metaphor which is used for referring Beowulf itself, who was the hero of the story, who was the hero of the poem. And another example, you can also see that as though burning in Beowulf itself, as though burning in that hall and as bright as heaven's own candle lit in the sky. This is also the line in Beowulf, that here also candle, the sun is referred to here as candle. Actually, sun is not any candle, but it is referred to as the candle in the sky. So the candle of the sky, sun is the candle of the sky. So here it is metaphor which is referred to the sun, but literally it is not the same. It is not true. It is giving more information or more ideas about that particular word or about action or about idea or about thing. Okay, clear metaphor? Okay, next come to simile. This is more easier than metaphor to understand it, and it starts in very lower classes to go through this literary device, that is simile. Simile are very easy to determine whether that line is having simile or not as literary device or figure of speech. So whenever you will see as or like, there is comparison and there is use of as and like in that line, then it is very easy to identify that line has simile, which has been used as figure of speech. So it is also a device which is used for comparison, but this is used for direct comparison, and it literally is not the same thing, but it is also for referring or for giving reference, for more interesting and visualizing that thing. So simile is also very easy. And simile, to recognize or to identify simile where it is used, just remember two things. Wherever it is used, as or like is like, as is used or like is used, then in that line, if you are asked which figure of speech has been used or which one is there, then it is very easy to identify that simile is there. So for example, in Beowulf itself, again we have simile to, over the waves with the wind behind her and foam at her neck, she flew like a bird. She flew like a bird. Here about the ship, the poet is describing about the ship, that how over the waves and the wind, and with the wind behind, just curving or just making the way from the foam, how it's flew like a bird, how it was going through the sea. So she, here she, she, she. So she is used here. She is used for a woman or any lady or any female, but here she is used for the ship. She flew like a bird. And like what she flew? Like a bird. Like a bird. So here bird is referred to as compared to, the ship is compared to a bird here in this line. So bird is simile. She flew like a bird. In this line, simile has been used. As you are able to see, she flew like a like. Here like is used, so it is also a simile. One more example is until her curved. Okay, you can go through so many beautiful. If I will continue giving examples, then it will be very long video. Okay, next come to the another point, alliteration. It is also a poetry device which is used in poems for giving effect to the poems, and it is just the repetition of initial sounds or first letter in a word which is used in a line of poem. Example, to win his freedom and flee to the fence of human shape, the superhuman size. So you can see, though you can see alliterations here, even in Beowulf, there are some other examples too. So you can see here, to win his freedom and flee to the fence. Here F, freedom, the F letter of freedom, again is repeating flee, F letter of flee, and again the fence, to the fence, F letter of fence. So here it is the repetition of F in this line. Another line is of human shape, the superhuman size. So here S, shape S. Here S is used in shape, again S is used in superhuman, again S is used in size. So here is the repetition of, you can see that there are three repetitions of S. So you can see that there is use of alliteration. So it is very easy to recognize alliteration. Now come to cannings. It is a little bit important and it is not so familiar. Everyone is not, I think, not knowing it. Okay, cannings. It is also a literary device and it is used to connect. It is used to connect an idea or a concept that is more rich or that is more emotionally complex. That is known as cannings. Cannings are like two words or two metaphorical name. Two-word metaphorical name for something that we use for giving a complex or more emotionally concept, for giving a connection of one, just to connect one word to another and giving a third meaning, a different meaning to it, but it is somehow related to the those two words which are metaphorically given. For example, you can see whale road, WHALE, whale, ROAD, road. Whale road, what does it mean? Whale is the name of a fish and road itself you are knowing in Hindi, sadak. So whale road means it is another name of sea which is used in cannings, which has been said in cannings in the form of canning. So canning, whale road is canning of sea, SEAC. Another is sky candle, that is called sun. Sky candle. So there is, it is very easy to understand it. Sky candle. So which one is candle in the sky, regarded as candle in the sky? So it is sun. So you can also make of your own. And another is earth walker. Earth walker, the person who works on the earth. So there are so many people who are working on the earth, but it is especially given for traveler. It is not if you are coming out of your house and you are saying, or you are working on in your room and you are saying that I am also working on the earth. So it is not going to work there. But earth walker is referred here to traveler, those who travel from one place to another place. So these are the canings. Sometimes we use a storm of swords, that is referred as battle, that gives us a picture of battle. Sometimes we use in Hindi, कहते हैं ना, बौछार, तलवारों का बौछार था. So in this way, okay, sorry, you can say that a storm of swords, that gives a picture of battle. So these are the canings. Okay, video is going to be very long. Please let me explain it. Another literary device, that is caesura, CAESURA. I have described it in my previous video in Anglo-Saxon, I think in Anglo-Saxon period, part 2 or part 2. I don't remember it actually exactly. Anyway, caesura. The plural form of caesura is caesurae, CAESURAE. That is caesurae. This is the plural form. Or CAESURAS, caesuras. So both can be the plural form of caesura, and caesura is in singular form. It is also a literary device which is used in a poetry, and each line, this is a little bit important, each line have two halves, and that is separated by a pause or a sound break in the middle of the line for taking breath in the reading. Whenever you will see some of the little kindergarten children, you will see that they used to read poems by taking breaks. So those breaks are caesura actually, but it may be so that those students may not be taking caesura at the right place, but in literary work or in poems it is given at right place. So the place is fixed here, that in one line there will be a pause or a sound break in middle of the line for breathe in reading. That will be called caesura. For example, you will see in Shakespeare's Winter's Tale, it's for you we speak, and here we have to take breath and we have to take pause, and then we have to go for next line, next part of the same line, that is not for ourselves. It's for you we speak, not for ourselves. So it is very famous in Shakespeare's Winter's Tale. Another is with battle tackle bladed weapons, that is used in Beowulf. So here with battle tackle we have to stop, we have to take a pause, a breathe, and then again bladed weapons. And caesura is represented by two parallel line which is given in the poems in between a line. So whenever you see that, you can understand that caesura is used here. Okay, for today this much, and in next video I will come with some other topics soon. And for supporting me, please like, share and subscribe my channel. I will keep uploading such videos which will be helpful for you. Okay, bye, take care.